G'day guys, this is Lord Tomo here again with another Sonic the Hedgehog item review. As we all know, this is the blue guy, Sonic the Hedgehog. He's currently holding a lighter. I'm not too sure why he has that. Don't think he actually smokes, but we'll put him aside for now and let him do what he needs to do. The item I'm about to review is one of the most interesting ones I got, mainly because I don't collect these as such, but I got one anyway. It's a Sonic, I'll get a good, there we go. It's a Sonic the Hedgehog mug. Well, it's milk chocolate, hello, whatnot with Sonic the Hedgehog mug. So basically something's meant to come inside it. I'll explain that a little later. But yeah, it is an actual mug. It's not something I normally, I guess, buy. It's not something I normally get because I'm not into collecting whole mugs and whatnot. But I have a few that I will review later down the track. I'll give reasons more or less why. But you know how with each collectors, you know what's rare, what's not rare, etc, etc. With mugs, I'm not into the whole cutlery and plates and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not one of those enthusiastic people that know enough about that to really say, yes, I got the legendary rare mug of Excalibur or something like that. But nonetheless, I got this item because I actually thoroughly enjoy it. More so because it comes with the packaging as well, and it's one of those items where you don't actually go out looking for it, but when you find it, you're like, you know, it's a pickup, definitely. So look, before we get to the actual opening and whatnot, etc, etc, we'll go through the actual basics. This item was released in Iceland, none other. Rarely do I get items that are from any other country except the UK or the US. It's not because I don't, you know, go out and actively look for it. It's just you don't really see items as such in any other non-westernized country. Especially, or Japan excluding, because Japan just pumps a lot of crap out of there with this sort of stuff. But in terms of Europe, I dabbled on it. I picked up a few things here and there. But yeah, this is one of the items that I got from Iceland, and I think this is the only one I got from Iceland, so I don't know if this is just a one-off, it's rare or whatnot, but look, I got it right. So yeah, packaging wise, it's just a normal plastic. As you know, with too much sunlight, it does, you know, pump through and give it a little yellow discoloration. That's how I initially got it, but you know what, I got it, so it makes no difference. You take things as you get them. Yeah, so I'll try to get a good view without getting too much reflection. As we all know, it's from a special zone. It was released roughly 1995 when Sonic the Hedgehog 3 came out. That's prominent also in the special zone itself. You've got the red balls and whatnot, collecting them. I always do like those kind of special stages. I like how they actually reflect in the Sonic, you know, merchandise and whatnot. You often see just too many Sonic or, you know, various other characters just standing still and nothing else. I like when they actually add in the special world, because it is a large part of the actual universe, in my opinion anyway. We have good old retro Sonic the Hedgehog just standing his normal pose. You have good old Dr. Robotnik, or also known as Dr. Eggman, which is quite ironic because there's actually meant to be an egg here. I'll explain that a little later. You have other stars, special zones. You have exactly where it's from, Iceland. Interesting that they'll promote themselves like that. You have the little description here: milk chocolate hello egg with Sonic the Hedgehog mug. And on the other side we have Tails Mahapra, also known as just Tails. On the back we have just very standard back packaging, nothing really special, just the standard, you know, where it's from, the name and what it is, and also it just says best before June 1995. But yeah, that's the overall packaging. It's nothing outrageous, but it is cute. It does do its purpose, and it is interesting. More so of the color scheme. I've never really seen black with blue as such. I have seen it with various other artists, but in terms of the overall scheme, it's just like, I don't know. I get a mixed feeling. Sometimes on a bad day, I'm like, oh, this just looks crap. But on a good day, I'm just like, it works. It works in a weird way, but it works. So, we'll get straight into opening. Okay, put this aside. Now, as I mentioned, it is just a normal plastic. If you are looking after this, everything that you see right now is what's meant to come with it. So if you're after one of these items, which is within itself pretty hard to actually find, you obviously need the plastic bit. This is just the cardboard that was actually inside it, just the standard. They just folded it in so it can slide in. And we'll go to the actual mug. Now, as made mention, I'm not too hardcore with no, there's a hair in there. I'm not too much on the whole ceramics of pottery and cups and mugs. I know there is a field of collectors out there that know the ins and outs of every pottery and whatnot that's come out. I'm not one of them. Nothing against those. I just don't know how to read it. Anyway, so it is a standard ceramic mug, really nothing special in that sense, and it's just got the I'll start from the other side. It's just got an image of Sonic the Hedgehog. You got a red ball, you got Sonic running, you have another little bouncer, I like to call them bouncers, and you have the special zone, and you have good old Retro Sonic just running, which I find pretty awesome. Retro speedster, and just going around, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Nothing too special in that sense. It is created by Killincraft. I'm not too sure if you can see that. Let's see if I can get a good view. Pull back. Okay. White does not work well. It's not playing with me properly. Alright, it is designed by Killincraft. It's also at the back, it says STL England, which is contradictive to where it originally came from. I don't know if they made it in England and sold it in Iceland, but then again, I'm not too sure if the pounds back then were cheaper, so I'm just gonna assume for argumental sake that's what it was, general purpose. Now that's pretty much it for the actual mug itself. It's like I said, it's nothing too extravagant. It's nothing too eye gouging or popping. It is a nice item altogether. Now, as I mentioned, it was released in Finland, and I'll just get a decent view here, a better view. Pardon me. It has been released in Iceland, and it was more or less, I would say, probably an Easter event. I'm not too entirely sure. Now, as you can probably see something hollow up there, and that you don't see it with the actual item, it's meant to be actually be an egg, like a little egg shape, and it's meant to sit on there, and it's meant to fit in, and away you go. You pick it up, oh my god, Sonic the Hedgehog egg, woo, go nuts with it, and you eat the egg, and you drink out of the actual cup, which is a pretty nifty gimmick. It's what most manufacturers did back in the time when they're trying to basically sell items of these natures and whatnot. So that's the actual item itself, so it's impressive overall. Like I said, it's not my most favorite. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not my favorite, that's it. It is an interesting one, especially if you're a collector and you have this on display. As far as prices goes, I'll go with this for about $60 at the time. A little pricey, I know, especially for a mug, especially from a person that doesn't really collect mugs. But I found, look, overall it's a nice package. It just does its job. It really is nice, to be honest. So it's one of those things you just like, okay, cool, sweet, I got them. I'm gonna display it. Each time when friends do have a look at it, they're like, oh, that's pretty impressive. That's you don't see that every day, which is true. You don't really actually see that every day. But it's there if you're out there to collect these sort of stuff, especially if you're a mug / Sonic enthusiast. I can imagine you going nuts over an item like this. But look, I just got it for it's a nice display. So yeah, released in Iceland, price range roughly $60, released 1995, give or take a year. And in terms of rarity, since I've only seen this once and once off, I'm just gonna smack it up roughly about 8 out of 10 stars. It's not expensive well, like I said, I haven't seen this anywhere else, so I can't really put that in par with anything else. So every item, most items, my mistake that I have, I can actually say, yes, this is how much I got it now, but this is how much I bought it for later. Or this is how much it costs now, but this is how much it's worth later. This one, I have no idea, to be directly honest. I'm kind of pretty much on the blue. I'm gonna assume it's 8 out of 10 stars due to the fact of its exclusive nature to Iceland. However, if anybody out there knows more information about this, please, hit me up. I'd like to know. The more information I have about this, the better. It's always good to know, what people will know and what people don't know. So yeah, 8 out of 10 stars. Not because if it's expensive, rare items doesn't necessarily have to be expensive, but just because it's exclusive and it's very hard to find this item individually. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think. If you know any information, or please hit me up. I'd love to know, and we'll go from there. So guys, thank you again for listening, and speed on.